What up, family? It's your boy, Tim Castleman, back here with a special edition of the Two Drink Tim podcast with the reason why it's so special, ladies and gentlemen. We got a special co-host in the studio coming back, making a repeat appearance on the Two Drink Tim podcast. Say hello to our special guest star, Marijuana. Hello, 420 friends. Good to see you. Hope that you are having a great week. And just wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you guys so much. Last week, I told you guys a story about my friend Lisa and her amazing battle with depression and how she's kind of overcoming that. And I think it's great that so many of you guys reached out. I'm actually typing on the interwebs right now trying to find out how much money was raised. I think it was close to 4,000 or 5,000 last time I checked, which was over her original goal, which is awesome. But then I found out that was really just like to keep the fires away. You know, like seriously, like, you know, just to keep the house from burning down, not to actually help rebuild it. So if you can, and if you would be so kind to continue to donate to that wonderful cause, being true to my word, I dropped $1,000. So I put my money where my mouth is. I dropped that into her campaign to be supportive, and I hope you guys will continue to support her via the podcast. Go to timreallylikes.com/Lisa. You guys are amazing. Thank you to all that donated, and even all of you guys that just take a look at it. So thanks for being awesome, and look forward to kind of updating you on the progress with that. So today I want to talk about something that half of you are going to love and half of you are going to hate, right? And here's the deal. Like, when I talk to internet marketers and people that want to make money online, and people just want to make money in general, I'm like, hey, you know what? You should create a product. And they're like, oh, no, I don't want to be a product creator. I don't want to do that. I mean, that sounds like work, and, you know, you might have to do X and Y and Z. I don't want to do that. I want to do affiliate stuff because, you know, what sounds really fun to me, Tim, is setting up this, you know, I love the HitachiMagicWand.com website, and then go getting 1 million spam backlinks, right? And then putting up a shitty article written by some Filipino fiver that's, you know, writing it in some public cafe as little Thai boys, you know, entice them on the streets. Like, that just nothing about that sounds fun, does it? Like, first of all, I'm pretty sure you're committing human trafficking by the scenario I just talked about. Second, it's probably a product you could give a shit about. You're like, I don't care. It's got a good affiliate commission. Let's put up a site. Let's backlink. Let's blah, blah, blah. So you're doing it for a product you could give a shit about, for people you could care less about, to make an affiliate commission that at any time can get shut off by the company or Google. Right? It's the same thing with all these T-shirt millionaires, right? It's like you got Teespring and you got Facebook. Those two have to work all the time to play nice with each other. But what happens when Facebook goes, hey, we're tired of your fucking ads proliferating our news feeds and the spammy tactics that have been taught by you horrible fucking marketers, right, to get you the shirt seen. So we're just going to ban all the Teespring URLs, just like we did with the Empower Network and several other MLMs. What happens then? Or what happens when Teespring goes, hey, you know what? We made just $20 million in our first round of funding. That's awesome. We got a huge list of buyers now. That's even better. Oh, by the way, instead of having you guys do it, we just hired a bunch of people to do the same shit you're doing internally, so we can pay them a salary of $40,000 and keep making the same profits we were off of you, plus we get the other part of the pie. All that shit can happen, right? All in that affiliate relationship. Don't get me wrong, I love affiliate marketing. I made over 6 figures doing affiliate marketing, okay? But the way that I broke into this business and the way that I recommend for anyone to get started, because let me tell you something, I truly believe this. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, believes this. If you learn product creation, okay, and you learn sales and marketing or copywriting, if you learn just those 2 things in your life, you will get whatever you want in your life. And I know that's a bold statement. I know it is, okay? And I will also tell you that when I first heard about product creation, I probably am like you are now, right? I was skeptical as fuck. I was like, there's no way that someone's going to pay me any bit of information, right, in order to give me money for something I just did naturally or learned naturally or can explain. There's no way, so I'm going to be able to sit down at my computer, write a 15-page PDF, put it up online, bam, and people are going to pay me money day after day, year after year, month after month, lifetime after lifetime. I was like, there's no fucking way. In fact, Kyle Tully sent me this thing from Jason Fladlin. It's like a product creation report. I think it was like $27, and I hounded him for 2 weeks about this thing, and like to the point where he was probably like, you know what, dude, I'll just send you the fucking thing if you leave me alone. But I didn't. I bought it. I paid for it, and that one course, ladies and gentlemen, changed my life. And I'm going to share with you how product creation can be done quickly and effectively and change yours as soon as I have a brief word with our co-star. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tim Kitten. No, I'm kidding. All right. Okay. So here's the deal, right? Once you figure out product creation, it really can change your life, and it really is simple to do. And if you're a naysayer and you say, well, Tim, there's nothing I have. There's nothing of value I've ever done in my entire life that anyone would be willing to pay me for. Let me ask you this question. What do you know right now? What do you know right now that someone would be willing to pay you $3 to learn? Have you lost some weight? Have you figured out a cool way to save some money? Do you know some travel hacks that maybe other people don't? Do you know how to save money on something? Do you know how to make something last longer, work better? Do you know how to exercise a certain way or a different way? Do you know how to use credit cards to get free shit? Right? Are you the best lover ever, according to every guy or girl or both that you've slept with? Have you recovered from something, whether it be divorce, cancer, loss of a child, traumatic brain injury, small penis syndrome? That's my book, by the way. Don't take that one. I'm working on that right now. 200 pages. Yep. 200 pages. What my goal is to make it, when you lay the book horizontally, directionally challenged today, that my goal is to have my penis be smaller than the width of that book. So right now I'm at about 5 pages. We're 50% penis capacity. So I think by 15 pages, I'll totally have that thing dwarfed like it's used to the entire life, right? Okay, where were we? You got me distracted. My bad. This co-host is being terrible today. Okay. What do you know that someone would be willing to pay $3 for? Here's the thing. If you really think about health, wealth, relationships, and passionate hobbies, those are the 4 big areas. That's the 80%. Okay, underwater basket weaving, which I use to death, right? Cat neutering for dummies, whatever. Those probably aren't going to be great topics. But stuff on golf, right? Or stuff on, fuck golf, because I had golf and dogs. How many times do we have that shit shoved down our throat like some Craigslist call girl? Like, oh, golf is a passionate niche. No shit, I've only heard that since 1970. So let's talk about something right now. Right now, there's 2 niches that I'm watching that are passionate, but it's funny why they're passionate. I'll explain why. One is the tiny house movement. These are people that are building like 200 square foot homes for like 30, 40,000 and then squatting on land or buying just a little parcel of land. Okay. And the other one, believe it or not, is minimalism. And that's basically where you get rid of all your shit, drink nothing but water, wear nothing but hemp clothing, right? And communicate with your aura in your 100 square foot house that's totally empty except for 1 plate, 1 knife, 1 fork, 1 spoon. Because you're a minimalist, right? You don't need all that other shit because doing dishes can be relaxing if you just lose yourself in it. Now, here's what's funny about those. Both those are anti-consumer niches, or you think they're anti-consumer niches, but they are, about having less and buying higher quality stuff. But there's the rub, higher quality stuff. So I was on Reddit the other day, REDDIT. I can't remember, Reddit. Put it in there. You'll lose all the rest of your life. I spend hours on that site a week. It's pathetic. Okay? And I was in the minimalist section, and I noticed that people were like, hey, check out this watch. Right? Check out this watch. It's $600. And it's like, holy shit, like that's a money niche without even trying to be a money niche. It's like if you could just have a fancy or expensive watch, you could probably make some money as long as it looks like something minimalist would do. But I've actually bought some minimalist books. And I've actually bought some minimalist, right? It's like, well, here's how to declutter your closet. Here's how to live a more zenful, peaceful life. Here's how to do X. Here's how to do Y. Here's how to do Z. Those are inspirational, but they're also information products. These guys get paid, $5, $10, $15, $20, up to a few $1,000s to be part of a community of minimalists and to learn something that someone else has experienced. And the best way I have found to write is to personally experience what you're going to write. So I typically like to stay to the nonfiction genre myself, okay? how to do it. And I've always done that. It's a very simple model. Okay? It involves two sets of parameters. First, you've heard before. The second one I'm going to talk about for the very first time. And that is learn, do, teach. Learn something. Learn the bare minimums, maybe just a little bit more than the minimums to get started. Go do it for a predetermined amount of time and then teach people what you did. Let me give you an example in my own life, okay? About a month ago, 2 months ago, I said, hey, you know what? I want to become a porn writer, right? I mean, I study porn for hours a day. I might as well. I mean, I am in the Porn Hall of Fame for most hours to watch consecutively without a break or a tissue. Haha, right? So it was like, well, I want to get into doing smut books or erotica books, whatever you want to call them. Now, I have zero information or knowledge in the erotica smut category. I've never read them before. I've never even, had the desire to read them. Why would you read an erotica book when you have all that free porn? But that's because guys look at porn, girls read porn. Right? Figured that out pretty quick. So I was like, well, shit, okay, I want to get in this. How do I get into this niche? Bought a few books on the subject. I didn't even buy any courses. I bought some books on Amazon from popular erotica writers that told me basically what I needed to do. Then I said, okay, well, I don't want to write this stuff because, here's the thing. I could learn how to write erotica. I could write the worst erotica. It could get tore to shreds. I could write decently better erotica. And maybe in a year or two, I'll write really good erotica that'll get, horny housewives in the Midwest off at, 11 o'clock when they get the 1 shower a week treatment or whatever, right? So I could spend 2 years learning the skill, or I could go out and find someone like I did who can write for a penny per word, right? Write for a penny per word. What would you rather do? Take 10 years or 2 years to perfect a skill that is going to be outsourced to someone who's written erotica before? This author that we actually hired has published 40 different titles under their own name for a penny per word. Well, of course I'm going to outsource that. Long story short, I get the whole thing done, okay? I get the whole thing done. I get 3 books written. We bundle them up. We do some promotional stuff. We do a case study. We do, we document everything that we're doing. Bam. Now I'm ready to sell that knowledge and information preliminary, right? So I'm doing a one-off training. So I'm doing it for one night. It's probably going to be 2.5 to 3 hours long. We're charging $67. $67 to come do this live training. And I have probably made just a little over $2,000 so far, 2 days in or 3 days into selling that live training. So we'll probably cap out at $3,000 or $4,000. Let's say we don't. Let's say we don't sell another damn copy and we only do that that $2,000. Let's just do $2,000. Okay. Here's what I want you to understand. The cost involved to do the entire erotica thing, I'm going to say, was about $300. Okay? So it cost me $300 to do. Now, here's the really funny thing. We sold a case study blog so people could follow me while I did this. Okay? What I'm about to teach you is fucking huge. And if you use it in your own business, you'll, send me a bottle of the best booze because it'll make you so much money. So we sold a case study for $97. I said, hey, watch me put these books together. So they watched me put these books together for $97. Included in that $97 was what? A webinar that would teach them exactly what they needed to do. The same webinar that I'm selling to people outside the case study for $67. So I got paid before I put my first penny in. I got paid money to create the product. Then once the product is created, I get to have paid money again to teach them how to do the thing that I just did. And look at all that I did. All I did, quote unquote, was do 3 books, bundle them together, make it an erotica bundle, so that's 4 books. Spend a little money on advertising and about 2 months of my time, and really not even 2 months of my time. Like probably a month, and then this month we're promoting it. But within 60 days, from knowing jack shit about a topic to selling it for a few $1,000s. And truthfully, I'm sure if I was a better salesperson, I could probably make more money off of it. But here's the other cool thing. Once that training is done, I have an asset I can sell forever. 420 time gets the best of me, and I'm the first person to die of a weed overdose. Guess what? My family still has that product there, that legacy there, that they can sell until the end of time or until the information is no longer valid. So here's the thing. If you're like, well, Tim, I'm kind of inspired now, and you really just lit a fire under me, and what do I need to do, right? Here's what you need to do, okay? Pick something that you already know. So my first information product was on how to do postcard marketing for offline businesses because I had an offline business and I was doing postcard marketing. I had learned the skill and technique from Jeff Ronning from my hypnosis business. I then took what I learned from him, I tweaked it, and got a successful result, at least what I thought was successful, and sold a product based upon that. Anything or everything can be put into a product. Here's what I'm going to recommend to you if you're like, well, I don't know, but I'm kind of inspired and I'd like to do. First of all, if you got something that's really popular and really timely, like if you were doing Facebook Teespring t-shirts, right? That's why all these people are releasing courses on it. Yes, they're making money on doing the t-shirts, but I guarantee you a majority of them are making more money selling the course than they are doing the actual activity. Which is perfectly fine. I have nothing wrong with it as long as what you sell is timely, relevant, and believable, right? Timely, relevant, and believable. Okay, so sit down, write a list of all the shit you'd like to do. Maybe you'd like to lose 20 pounds. Maybe you'd like to learn how to meditate. Maybe you'd like to learn how to cook. Maybe you'd like to not drink, not smoke for 30 days. Maybe you'd like to improve your sex. I don't know what's going on in your freaky head. Maybe you want to become a nonfiction writer or a writer, or you want to have the perfect morning routine, or you want to, I don't know, be a better husband, a better wife, a better parent, a better spouse, a better employee, whatever. Sit down, give yourself 25 minutes, and write everything you can think down that you think you want to improve. Then here's what you do. You look over it, and you delete the stuff that goes, shit, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Why the fuck did I write that? That was terrible. Holy shit, what was I thinking? You delete all those. Leave you with a handful. No more than 5. Pare it down to 5. Then you go over to the old Amazon. Then you type in whatever it is that you're thinking about learning. Okay? If it has an Amazon bestseller ranking of 30,000 or below, that means that that book is selling a few copies per day consistently and regularly if it stays within that amount. So what does that say? That says that people want to know that topic on a regular basis. That might just be a good thing for you to do a product on or write a book on. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's meditation. So you're going to do a product on meditation. That's awesome. Then you spend a week, no more than 2 weeks, researching the fucking thing. Buy some books. Buy a course or two if you feel like you need it, if it just speaks to you and it's it. Buy it. Learn the basics. Then, here's where everybody fucks up. Critical step number 2, do it. Right now, I'm looking at my calendar for June. Okay, I've been doing this project all month. I've been keeping track of it. And at the end of June, I can report on my results the following month. So do it for a predetermined amount of time. Do 30 days. Why? Everyone thinks it takes 30 days to make it a habit. So why the fuck not do it, right? 30 days. Bam. Got it. At the end of your 30 days, you've got a product. But wait, there's more. Here's what you need to be doing during that process. You need to be documenting your process. Here's what I recommend you do. Set up a WordPress blog. Tell nobody about it. Password protected if you're that really worried about it. And then every day, spend 20 minutes, 10, 20, 5, 10, some odd days, most days, none at all, whatever's up to you, okay? And record what you're doing, big takeaways, stuff like that. For me, it's easier. I don't know if you can tell. It's easier for me to get on the mic and drop the knowledge than it is to sit down and type out and be like, dear diary, today... Right? Okay. Whatever. So document all the way. And then at the end of the day, guess what you got? You got your basis of a product. So now you got the information, you got the results. Here's one thing I want to tell you about the results as soon as I wet my whistle. Dos Madres. My wife just came back from Cali and bought me a bottle of Jack Daniels that I'll be ripping into next week. The thing I like about Jack Daniels is every time you crack a bottle open, you're guaranteed a lower credit score. So there you go. Nice. All right. Where were we? Oh, yes. Okay. So you got the content, right? You got the knowledge. You got the information. You've got all the basis for it. What I was going to say about results is this. I used to think it had to be a huge result. Here's how I made $1 million in 6 days while having sex with Dan Balzerian's girlfriend, right? That's a big result. The big numbers still attract, absolutely. But here's what I have found. People are just as attracted to this. Hey, here's how I lost 8 pounds in 30 days without by changing two things. It's a small result. And here's why I believe people are into that. How many of you think you can go from $0 to $1 million next month? Probably going to be tough to get a majority of you to believe that. But how many of you believe you could probably make your first dollar next month, or your first 10, or your first 100, or your first 1,000? So don't let the lack of huge results stop you from producing the product. Think back to the erotica thing. What was my big accomplishment? My big accomplishment was I did the damn thing. Here's 3 books. I got them done. I got them produced. I got them outsourced. I got them up on Amazon, and I bundled them together. Bam. That's my big result. That's my big result. That's it. That's all. Then I went and sold them. Lucky for us, we got some good results to share. So now my result gets bigger. So once you have those results, here's how you're going to structure whatever it is that you're doing. Your book, your product, whatever. Okay? Why, what, how, if then. Why, what, how, if then. Let's walk through them. Why? Why the fuck should I care about you? Should I care about what you're talking about? Should I listen to you at all? So, hey, if I was going to do something on Kindle publishing, for erotica, I'd be like, hey, here's why you need to listen to me. Erotica is, a $500 million a year industry in the publishing niche. The book, The 50 Shades of Grey, is being made into a movie for Valentine's Day 2015. Here's your chance to catch in on a trend, to get busy, to make some money, to do whatever. Why should you listen to me? Because I've done it. And instead of writing it myself, I went ahead and outsourced it. I got 3 books written for a penny per word, plus I bundled it. And, oh, by the way, I paid for it all within 60 days. So I'm telling them why they should listen to me, the results I've achieved, and basically setting a thing down like, hey, if you listen to me, you could achieve these results. Okay? In NLP, I think they call that future pacing. I don't know, because I can't fucking read an NLP book because they're boring as shit. That's why I don't know any. People are like, why don't you own any NLP? I'm like, because it doesn't come in fucking cartoon format. That's why. Okay? All right, so that's why. What? What is what to do? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. If you can break your training down in a step-by-step system, I will learn better from that than if it's just like, airy-fairy. Now, it's okay to include stories and stuff like that, but most people need a step-by-step example. Here's a little tip for you. If you don't know what the steps are, think what are the 5 major areas we need to do or cover in order to get that result. So in Kindle, outsourcing, right, it may be like where to hire the writers, okay, or research would be step 1. Where to hire the writers, step 2, or coming out with an outline or plot. Where to hire the writers, step 3. Have I totally confused you? Let's start again, shall we? Okay, research, doing an outline or getting a plot made, hiring a writer, okay, formatting, publication, cover, description, all that shit, and then promotion. That's 5 areas. Bam, bam, bam. Then I go, okay, well, what's area number 1? Research. Well, what's step 1 under that? What's step 2 under that? What's step 3? So on and so forth. And if you do that for every section, you have an outline of your entire product. And you know exactly what you're going to talk about. And the what are the steps. So the what is, go to Fiverr and hire someone to do research. Then that goes to step 3. Why? What? How? Well, how do I do that? Show them examples. Give them step-by-step examples. Take screenshots. Do computer walkthroughs. Whatever it is that you have to do. That's the how. So you're telling me why I need to do this, what I need to do, and how to do it. You're giving me a complete and total fucking package. You're amazing, Tim Castleman. I'm ready to have your children. That's what a lot of you are saying right now. And thank you. I'm flattered. I greatly appreciate that. Okay. And then the last thing is what if, or I call it if then. Here's what I mean. Oh, dos madres. All right, so here's what I mean. If it goes well, do this, then do this, right? If it doesn't go well, then do this. So if you're like, hey, here's how to do everything, it goes well, here's what you need to do, bam, 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 scale, 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 scale. Or if it goes horribly shitty, here's the things you probably need to fix and address. Why? What? How? If then. Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you something that I learned for $27. I just want you to think about this. I'm going to get a little nostalgic with Uncle Tim's story time. I learned that thing for $27. I was working a $40,000 a year job. I was probably about as fat as I am now, thanks to our special guest, right? Depressed as fuck, driving a Chevy Cavalier, living in a neighborhood where my house got broken into 3 fucking times. It was so fucking ghetto. And that one skill I told you, plus a bunch of others, but primarily this one skill, took me from where I was to now being 34 years old, having one house paid off, the other well on its way, having practically zero debt, having 6 figures in cash in the bank several times over, being able to hire people and amazing assistants, being able to travel all over the world, meet interesting and cool people. I mean, all of that came from that fucking skill that I've just taught you in the last 25 minutes. It's possible. It's fine. Be skeptical as fuck. And you know what? Here's the thing. Let's say you put a product out there and it doesn't go well. Well, that would suck really, really bad, Tim. Yes, except you know what? In this day and age, you can repurpose it. So maybe it doesn't do well as a product. Could you put it into a Kindle book? I'm sure the hell you can. Then you know what you're doing. You're selling 5 copies of a book a day for the rest of your life. And guess who's doing that? Amazon. Well, Tim, I'm only making $10 a day. Well, times 10 times the rest of your fucking life, and let me know if that's a good exchange for spending 2 to 3 hours. Here's the thing. It doesn't have to be fancy. My first document was literally a Word document. I didn't have a PDF converter because I was so cheap. So I went online and used like a free PDF converter. Then I didn't even want to buy hosting. Super cheap, right? So I threw it up on a file upload site. So when people bought it, they'd send it to like Mega Upload, which is where all my shit ends up now anyway. But it's just hilarious to think about that. Like, so you can do it. You can fuck up along the way. But guess what? If it doesn't work out as a product, can it be a free bonus for your next product? Can it be something that you give in exchange for an opt-in? Can you make it a book? Could you put it on YouTube? Could you make a podcast out of it? There's so many ways to leverage your content over and over again. Just like I explained to you with my example. I got paid to create the books. Then I'm taking one part of the training that I've already been paid to do, offering that part to other people. Then guess what? I'm going to bundle it all up together, and a year from now, 10 years from now, if I'm still doing this, I'm going to be offering that product again. Something that took me hours to create one time, I get paid over and over and over and over again. So stop with the bullshit. No, I don't have any product in me. If your life is so fucking boring that you really don't think you have anything to offer, then make a list of shit that you want to improve in your life. Go out, fucking do it, get a result, and the second you get a result, start telling people about it. Because you may think it's no big deal, but guess what? Maybe I want to lose 10 pounds. Maybe I want to write the best nonfiction book out there. Maybe I want to be able to have better sex. Maybe I want to learn how to not throat punch children. Maybe I want to learn, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is as long as someone is out there searching for it. And there will always be somebody that is attracted to your message. You are not alone. There are people out there that are going through the same thing that you're going through right now and want answers just like you do. Go out. Find the answers. Someone smarter than me said, you make zero money consuming, you make all your money producing. Stop being a consumer of information. Start being a producer of information. When you do that, I promise you, if you stick with it, when you get knocked down, you get back up, if you understand you're going to have successes and failures, and that's just part of the business, it can and will change your life forever. Whether you decide to do a book, an information product, or give it away for free to better society, that's totally up to you. But with this training right here, you definitely can get started. One last thing before we end. I saw someone making a comment about the podcast the other day, and they were like, oh, Tim's podcast is great. He hasn't sold anything, ... yet. Here's the thing. Okay, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this podcast. I love doing it. It's a fun thing for me to do. And as long as I keep enjoying it and you guys occasionally send me free booze, we're going to be fine. But don't do that, right? Don't hate on people that sell for a living. Okay, I make my money as a marketer and a salesperson. I bring new opportunities that myself or my friends do. And as a result of that, that's how I make my living. I'm providing a service, okay? I went out and did all this work, even though I minimized it, right? I probably spent I'm going to say 50 to 100 hours learning all this stuff from erotica. Plus, I did it with my own money. Plus, we screwed a bunch of stuff up, so I get to show people, hey, do this, don't do that. And they get to learn that all for $67. But I'm a marketer and a salesperson. So I'm not going to say that this podcast is going to be ad-free forever. I certainly am not going to say that I'm not going to drop an affiliate link or a product out there. But I promise to do that in a cool and ethical way. And more important than that, I promise to keep giving to you guys just like I have for the last 10, 11 episodes, okay? This thing's awesome. I'm going to keep it awesome. I definitely am not going to turn into fucking human spam. You don't ever have to worry about that. And I will definitely do my best to let you know when we're selling something, but I'm not going to apologize for making money and trying to improve my life and the life of others. Because, you know, it ain't just me, right? I got 2 assistants that I'm paying for. I own half a village in the Philippines, I feel like. I have graphics people, salespeople. There are people that are dependent on the money that I make so that they can put food on their table for their kids. And I'm never going to deny them that just because I want to deny the right of being a salesperson. So with that, I'm done. I'm out. Kiss and hug your salespeople this week, right? Get to work, make that fucking list, and just start doing what I said, and you'll be amazed what you accomplish in 60 days or less. And then you have something that can potentially pay you for the rest of your life. So peace out. Be well. See you next time.